Greetings, beloved at Church Ascension. Some of you may or may not know that there was a homeless couple spent a couple weeks on our property. I put up some boundaries for them, and they were able to live in that for a while. But then, because of safety concerns, they had to move on. And we still stay connected through some people for them, and keep an eye on them and try to help them along their way. And I say this because of my sermon last Sunday. If you haven't checked it out, feel free to do so on YouTube. And it was Lazarus, who was a poor individual living in poverty, who was a beggar outside the gates of a rich man, and Jesus tells a story about that. I say all that to say that this last coffee hour after the 11 o'clock service, there was a group of parishioners that were gathered together, and I know these particular parishioners, and I came up to them and jokingly said, well, this looks like trouble. And they said to me that they were discussing my sermon and how they can put it into action, that basically that we need to see those who are suffering around us and respond to that. And I put that on my Facebook, and one priest remarked, do people actually do that? And I got to admit, I don't know how often it's happened in my 20 years, but the first time I've actually seen it at coffee hour. And it's a preacher's dream in some ways. After all, we preach these sermons, and I've talked to other preachers, we preach them Sunday after Sunday, and we wonder, is anybody listening? Is anybody paying attention? Or is it just an echo chamber? Now, I know that that's been true, and there's been movement in people's hearts, and people have come and spoke to me individually, but I've never seen people get together in a group and respond so quickly. My hope is that we can do a better job with engaging God's mission here on a local level. That has been responding to the suffering that is around us, because I think the suffering is only going to get worse over the next couple of years, as the division between those who are well off, the rich, and those who are impoverished goes bigger and bigger, and that gulf just seems to get huge. The world needs the church. The world needs a church like ours. So I hope you can find some other like-minded parishioners, or heck, not even like-minded parishioners, but parishioners that want to engage in this kind of work. My hope is that we can respond and be the hands and the feet of Christ in the world. We've got work to do, and I don't know exactly what we should be doing, but I know that we can do better. So I hope you will look within your heart to respond to the suffering in the world through this place. I hope that you will continue to discuss this, and not just discuss, but continue to act on this. We can't solve all the world's suffering, but we sure can do a better job than what we're doing now. Look forward to seeing you this Sunday as we continue this conversation. Who knows? Might even spark another conversation after coffee hour. See you this Sunday.